Thank you for tuning in to TTV. I'm your host, Toya. And today is the Magnificent Monday. All right, so you know Mondays are usually about meditation or some kind of reflection or something like that. And today is no different. It is reflection time. Before I get started, though, please like, subscribe, and share, because if you get anything out of this content, chances are someone else will as well. So share with those you know, love, and care about. Also, the link below for Young Living, which is an essential oil company, best in the business. So check them out later after you watch the show, of course. But let's get into it. So reflection time. So as I stated in one of the other videos last week, I've been going through this transition. Okay, this transformation that's been happening internally with me through my ancestors and the lessons and the work that they have me doing. And so it's a lot of healing, a lot of stuff that's going on. And the reason, and that's pretty much the reason why I'm bringing this up again as far as reflection, because sometimes you need to stop and think and stop and pause and go back to see how you were 2 months ago, how you were 6 months ago, how you were a year ago, you know, even a couple of days. Because I know for me, the past six I can't even say 6 months. It's been 9 months. 9 months. Which reminds me of something I had a discussion with one of my friends. Which I'll get into. But it's been 9 months. The way my life looked 9 months ago is nothing. Nothing compared to what it is today. Who I was 9 months ago is nothing compared to who I am today. And when I tell you I'm different every single day, because they have me doing different healing, they have me going through different lessons. Like, it's so much stuff that's going on internally for me with y'all. So healing and processing and all of that, that I'm not even the same person day to day. So who I am today is not even who I was last week. Okay, it's constantly changing. And so because of that, you need to spend time with yourself and looking back and reflecting. Now, I'm going to tell you what, I had a conversation with my friend, Rhonda. She's been on the show before. Me and her were talking, and I was telling her about that. Like, it's 9 months that all of these changes and stuff have been happening. And it's getting to the point where, well, let me back up. I referenced that because of the 9 months. It's like bringing a child into the world, okay? And I'm going to show you the correlation. So right now, if I was to say anything, I'm at that stage of contractions. Like, if this was a pregnancy, if my life was a pregnancy, this would be the moment when you having contractions, okay? So my water is about to break. And I know it's going to break within the next week or two, okay? And when it does, it's going to be a whole, entirely new life. So do you see how I put that together? 9 months of all this transitioning to get to this point where the dam is about to break and it's going to be a whole new life. I'm telling y'all, this is why you have to sit back and reflect. Now, in the beginning, when I started on this journey, I started out scared, not knowing what was happening, not knowing what I'm supposed to be doing. To today, where they done told me what it is I need to be doing, and they get me prepared to get that job done. So it's a whole transition. It's a whole thing. Just like when you're pregnant, you have all these different trimesters and things that the body goes through. I'm telling you, on the spiritual side, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been going through. Okay. It's like a birthing process. So in order to birth it though, on a spiritual side, you have to let go of some stuff. Some stuff has to die in order for you to create and bring out this new life. And that's how it is on the spiritual side. Not necessarily when you're actually giving birth physically and having a child and being pregnant. But on the spiritual side, you have to go through this death process. And then build up process. And then you can start transitioning into who you are and your new life. And then out comes the new life, right? So you go through this whole thing. Like mothers go through trimesters where certain things happen to their body. Certain things happen to the infant that's growing in them. You know, at different levels and different points in this trimester, to the point where they give birth to this new life. So reflect. That's all I can tell y'all. Y'all have to reflect. Go back, look at where you were. Go back and look at what was going on, how you thought, how you felt. That's why it's good to journal too. So if you write it out, you can go back in your journal and look, what were your goals at that time? What did you think about in life at that time? And what is it now? How is it different now? You know, and when you take that moment to pause, especially if you have something that you can look at to really see and not just think about, but look at and think about, so that your thoughts are matching what you reading and what you're seeing. That's what the journaling does. it really hits home to you how different you are. Me, I do tarot cards for myself. I don't do it for other people. But I do them for myself, and I've even looked back at some of the things that came out of the tarot card reading, and I'm like, wow, that happened. That happened. That happened. Oh wow, it did say that'll be about like 3 months, and it's 3 months later now. This is happening. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But it's also a way for you to understand and realize, baby, you are transitioning. You are becoming better and better every single day. Like, you are not the same person you used to be. You're not in the same place you used to be. Okay? You are like a fine wine. You age beautifully. You age beautifully. And so step into it. And if for some reason things aren't the way you want it, and you're not one of those that's aging, like you got that skunky wine going on in your life, then it gives you a chance to correct it. It gives you a chance to look at it and see, okay, well, what am I doing? I've been doing the same thing for the past 6 months and I'm not happy. So let me try to change up some things and look at some things differently and see how I can get happy. If you've never journaled before in your life, start journaling. Start journaling. And then make a point to go back and look at it a month later. So journal every day for 1 month. And then at the end of that month, go back and look at what you wrote in the beginning. How are you different? How did you change? What around you has changed? What things have you gone through that have changed you? So I just want to say, because we spend a lot of time beating up on ourselves. We spend a lot of time ignoring ourselves. We spend a lot of time just being caught up in the day-to-day life. And we don't take enough time to really reflect on where we've come, what we've gone through, the person that we become, the changes that have happened. And so just take some time today, even if it's nothing but 5 minutes, just take some time and really reflect and think about, where were you a year ago? Where were you 6 months ago? Where were you 3 months ago? Where were you last week? Okay, and how you changed and how you've grown. And pat yourself on the back for it. Give yourself credit for it. You did a good job. Like, you've changed. You're not the same person. And I hope that you changed in the right way. And if you didn't, and don't beat yourself up over it, this is your opportunity to change and be different. That's it. That's what life is about. It's just about experiences and coming into yourself and finding out who you are, that divinity that's inside of you. So that's it for today. It's not no long, drawn out message. That's really all I have for you guys today, is just really reflect and give yourself some credit. Give yourself some love and kindness, because you're doing better than you think you are. But that's it for today. I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.